Welcome to Quick Clips. This is Dr. Tamara Harville to talk about thesis statements. So first, what is a thesis statement? One is that it declares what you believe and what you intend to prove, which means it's a declarative sentence. It's not a question. It informs the readers of the content, the argument, and often the direction of the paper, and makes the difference between a thoughtful research project and simple retelling of facts. You don't want to just retell what everybody else is told. You want to make a point with it. What do you believe? What does it do? Well, a good tentative thesis statement helps you focus your search for information. Tentative means it's subject to change. And you don't want to rush because how you stand on an issue may change once you start examining the evidence. So make sure that it's focused, but that you can change it if you need to. Okay? 5 tests of a solid thesis. One is, does it inspire your reader to ask how or why? If they read it and they're like, this is interesting, I want to read more, then you know it's a good thesis. You also don't want your reader to say, well, duh, like a thesis of cats and dogs have lots of differences and similarities. Well, duh, people know that, right? So you don't want it to be simple like that. You want it to be a compound thought. So no duh statements. Does it avoid general phrasing or sweeping words such as all, none, or every? Because there's always the benefit of the doubt. You cannot say that everyone believes that drinking and driving is a bad thing, because newborns have no idea what drinking and driving is, right? So, not all, not none, some, many. Those are the kinds of words you want. Does it lead the reader towards your topic sentences? So basically, every body paragraph that you have in your paper should begin with a firm point, a key point that reflects directly to that thesis statement. There needs to be that connection. And then can it be adequately developed in the required length of the paper or project? How big is your paper? The bigger the paper, the bigger the thesis needs to be, the more it needs to involve. Okay? So brainstorming. Say you have a topic of TV violence in children. Your tentative thesis could be violence on television increases aggressive behavior in preschool children. But then as you're doing research, you're asking questions like, how many hours of television do children watch? How do we identify what's considered violence? And are there research studies that have watched children before or after so they know it's the TV violence? Are there experts that you can contact? Which major groups are involved in investigating this question? So these are just things to keep in mind. So then when you're finished, you could change it up. Preschool children. So notice it's not just children or preschool children. So that is focused. Preschool children who've watched an excessive amount of violent television, not just some, but an excessive amount per week, are prone to display aggressive behavior towards others. It doesn't mean all children. It says they are prone, which means they could. So just remember that it's tentative. It can change as you're doing your research. I call it the Goldilocks effect. Tiny paper, medium paper, large paper. What is your thesis? Make sure it fits that paper. I hope this has helped. Have a good day.